My lovely, lovely, wonderful people, a pleasant morning to you. I'm talking with different people, colleagues and everybody as it relates to the aftermath with the hurricane. Listen to me, Jamaican people. I don't think we really understand the gravity of what our people in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Montego Bay, here are some sections in Manchester, Nickrilu, Lucy. I'm naming different parishes and zones, that are within some of the parishes. I don't think we understand the full gamut. A colleague of mine said something which I was saying to somebody else earlier today. It is like a bomb was dropped in these locations, like a nuclear bomb. That is how demolished the places are. That is how devastating. And I cannot even fathom the mental state of these people. When I remember one woman saying that she watched her home. She was walking towards her home to get in, thinking that she can shelter there. And while she's walking, the house is walking towards her. It's being washed away while she's walking. Yes, my beautiful people. So, I don't think we fully understand the gamut of what our brother and our sister in the different parishes are going through, our neighbor. I don't think we really and truly understand it, my heart is really saddened and broken, and, I probably have to just pause a moment. I don't think I'm able to consume all of it because it's bad. I have never seen anything like this. And I'm sure that when Gilbert came, I don't think we saw this level of devastation. Mind you, obviously Gilbert was category 3 and this is category 5, but my God, the way how the water and the wind treated the things that we think are formidable, the iron-based things, the rocks, the houses. Some houses were built on the sand, so to speak, and it's an alliteration, meaning not built out of good material because maybe they didn't have the wherewithal, or maybe they're cheap, but some houses, no matter how it was formidable, I was listening to Member of Parliament, Floyd Green, and he said his house in St. Elizabeth there got damaged badly, and it's a good thing that his family wasn't there, and it is horrendous. It is simply horrendous. As I said, it's like a bomb was dropped in these different zones and these different parishes. And I was saying to somebody, can you imagine if it had started from Moran Point? Like it walked from St. Thomas's End to go to Port Royal to Kingston, then move its way all the way to the west. We would have been of no use to ourselves. The whole country would be devastated. It would be like, my God, what do you do in a situation like this? What do you do? We really need to put hands and hearts together to join in rebuilding our country and making it stronger. Now listen, I know that we definitely need outside help. We need outside help. We have to get outside help, the expertise and so on. Now I know that this country is not a trillionaire country, but God has given us wisdom, wit, cogency, and that the ability to build good things. Like how you have people who are makers of regular cars, simpler cars, and then you have the Rolls Royce, the Bugattis, the Lamborghinis and the whatnot. Those, some of them I don't even know some of the names. And I'm saying that when the houses are being built, powers that be, do not use the cheapest material. Do not shortchange the people with the houses. Do not do it, because it's a waste of money. And we know that we live in a natural disaster zone. I'm talking about Jamaica, the island. Do not cheat the people. we're getting quite a bit of financial aid. Quite a bit. I see the UK giving us 21 million pounds. We're getting 100, and courtesy of Dr. Nigel Clark, former Minister of Finance. Courtesy of him, we're getting 150 million US dollars. The Miami Heat sponsored us $1 million. Thank you so much, Shakari Richardson, for giving us $500,000 from your pocket, 500,000 US. People, when I'm talking, we're talking US dollars, either pound sterling or US dollars. Right? But I wouldn't mind just send me 100,000 US from our pockets, so we can deal with for my own bills and debts and whatnot. Donald Trump will be helping us. Sherry Lee Ralph. I see Shaggy, Sean Paul. There's a Beanie Man. I see some regular people who may have a little dollar or two in their pockets. You know, even Rosalie, I see she's out of town. You know, separating the different food items. I don't know if it's for family members or different people. You know, respect to them for that. No, it's not the time to blame. I say Queen Africa coming to the blame game. We cannot afford. We're wasting time with the blame game. Come off of that now. We need to rebuild our country and make it more formidable. You understand? And for those of us, we have to even be better stewards with our monies. We have to ensure that our houses are formidable. Because it can be another, I mean, we're not even out of the hurricane season, you know. This goes on till the end of November. You know, sometimes all December it rains. January it rains. February it rains. So it's unpredictable in that sense. So we're not really out of it. And we wouldn't want, you know, another one to come and just really make it even worse than what it is presently. We have to join hands and hearts, because this is really bad. I think, to be honest with you, I really think that we probably should get a day, and maybe not now, let the people settle, because I know mentally they're not here. And people already have troubles and trials, and this has set them even further back. Mentally, the people who have been affected gravely. And you need to understand that there are people in Kingston and rural St. Andrew, St. Thomas's End have been affected, especially St. Thomas's End badly. We're not sure about Portland. St. Mary has been affected. St. Anne has been affected. So it's just that, you know, some maybe because of maybe low-lying areas or being closer to the sea for a lot of the houses, maybe that is why. But a lot of other areas are devastated. They probably just don't even bother. It makes no sense for the news personnel to bring all, because it could traumatize too many of us. It would traumatize too many of us. It is really, 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 really bad. So we need to come off the blame game now. We need to join together. To be honest, I think, you know, places of employment, you know, along with other stakeholders, should give people maybe a day or two when it's the dust sort of settles, if you understand what I mean, where we can go down, see what is happening in our country, and make our own contribution in our own little way. Obviously in an organized manner. I'm not saying very hairy and willy-nilly. In an organized manner. Because it's a lot of help you're going to need. A lot of help. And I know it is hard now, but, you know, I'm very worried for our children, especially, who, you know, it has shafted them in terms of going to school. I mean, not next week necessarily. I'm not talking right now. Maybe after another maybe week and two, they can, when they get their minds a little bit more settled and realize what is happening, that they, you know, something is provided. If they probably can join in with other schools to continue their learning. Why not? For the moment, until they get to rebuild, you know, come into Kingston, come into wherever they can come, join in with other schools online, so that they keep the brain going and learning. You know what I mean? Do that. Do it online. If they can't go in person, they go in person, or whatever it is. You know, since the places are demolished, they can't just sit there like that, twiddle their thumbs. You know, that's my take on it. You know, but people, stop the blame game, stop blaming the government, stop blaming just let us see what we can do to rebuild our country in our own small way. For every big thing, so your little will be the sum of but for every big thing is the sum of small. It's a combination of small things. Stop the blame game now. It needs to stop. We are joking around, because it's that the country has been devastated. Guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions.